Okay, hi everyone. I'm Kirsten Black. I teach at Glory Farm Primary School in Bicester, and I am the art lead at the school. I've been working at building local partnerships, and that's been really helpful in our school, definitely for our Art Smart journey and for improving the arts in the school. So next slide, please, Eleanor. Yay! So my presentation is about looking at all of the local organisations that can help you with improving the arts in your school. So this is here some photographs of some events that have happened in the school. This was actually Oxford Playhouse came in the summer, this summer, and worked with the children to do performances. And this was years 3 and years 5 that came and watched a performance about bees, and they absolutely loved it. It was just so nice to see their faces smiling after all of the lockdown and having a live performance to watch. It just really made their days. And this was free. This was free to our school, and quite often local organisations will have funding and say, look, we can offer you a free performance to come to the school. So it was like, yeah, come on, I'm having it. Yes, please. So this was Oxford Playhouse. Next slide, please. So why work in partnership? Well, you get access to so much knowledge and so much expertise that's there to help you. When I first started doing the Arts Mark, I was like, oh my Lord, how am I going to do this? Where am I going to get help from? And it all seemed a little bit scary. But when you actually get to know local organisations, it's amazing the expertise that's there, and they'll come in and help you and do CPD and do performances with the children, and it really helps. And it really helps to inspire the teachers and the staff in the school, and it also helps to improve what you're actually giving to the children. So the professional development is really good for the teachers, but also it's about making learning much more fun and much more exciting for the children, and so therefore they learn better. It's also about working in partnership. You get to know so many people and get to know so many things that are available to you. Okay, thank you. Next one. So who can I work with? So local schools, your MAT partners is a good one. Local cultural enterprise, cultural educational trusts are really helpful in helping you. And I'll talk about the local CEPs in a minute to you, and how much they've been really helpful to me. The local artists in Bicester, we've got a charity called OYAP, which is Oxford Youth Arts Partnership, and they've been fantastic in giving us funding for artists to come in school and work with children on different projects. We've also been to the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, and the children have actually gone to the art galleries there, and they've chosen a painting, and then they've sat and had a go at drawing that painting and just using pencils and crayons, and they absolutely love that. And the Ashmolean and certainly museums are always really willing to offer resources to you, or offer workshops, or for you just to go and visit them. They really are an invaluable resource that we have around us. Same for local theatres as well. Quite often they will want you to come and watch a performance, or and sometimes they'll do a question and answer session with the artists afterwards. And I had that offered to me at the Mill Art Centre in Banbury, which was really good. Local artists are always willing, to come into school and to work. We've just had a local artist in this week doing an artist in residence with our pupil premium children in years 3 to years 6, and they worked for 2 days with her. And the work that she's a textile artist, and the work that they have made is absolutely phenomenal. And it's going to be put into frames, and it's going to be put on display in the front entrance of the school. And to be able to say to these pupil premium children, that work is going to be there for years to come. Everyone coming in is going to see your work, and you're going to be able to say, I did that, and they were incredibly proud of what they had achieved. So look up your local artists, because quite often they'll be very happy to come in and work with you. Okay. So these are a couple of photographs. The first one on the left is we had a local artist, again, OYAP, which is our local youth arts program partnership, sorry. They came in and arranged an artist to come in to make these lovely shields, and this was for the Rollright Stones, which is in the Cotswolds. There's an ancient stone circle in the Cotswolds called the Rollright Stones, and we were asked if we'd make willow shields that would go between the ancient stones, and they'd be sited there for a length of time. So the artist came in and she worked with Year 4 children to create these shields, and then I took them up to the Rollright Stones and took the children up to go and see their work sited, you know, in this ancient stone circle. It was magical. It was just wonderful. And that was free. That was funded by OYAP. We didn't have to find any of the resources for that. And the one on the right is a guy called Nick Cope, and I don't know if you've heard of him. He is hilarious. He does these children's songs. My favourite is The Baby's Done a Poo, and then he does the hedgehog song, and there's the dinosaur song, and they're sort of mainly for Key Stage 1. And nursery and early years, but he also, you know, Key Stage 2 can access them as well. And he's come into school a couple of times, about 3 times now, to do performances. He did one to the whole school, and then we focused then on Key Stage 1 and early years. And in fact, on the last time he came in, he then went into Year 2 and did a question and answer session with the children. And he was just amazing. And then just after that, he's now become really famous, because now he's on CBeebies, and his songs are on CBeebies. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get him in again. I think there's like a massive list to try and get Nick Cope in. But he's a local performer, and you'll be amazed how many would like to come in. But Nick Cope, if you can get him in, if he's not too, his diary's not too booked, I would definitely recommend him, because he was just fantastic. He gave us a free CD, and he gave us some books that he'd written, and we constantly now access him on YouTube, and the children sing his songs. I mean, they all know the dinosaur song, The Baby's Done a Poo. I think everybody knows that in school now, and it's just lovely to hear them singing and to have met the artist. It's really nice. So that's those slides. So what is your LCEP? What is your LCEP? It is, I'm going to try and get this right. Local, oh, Eleanor, help me, I can't remember. My brain's gone. Local Cultural Education Partnership. That's right. Yay, thank you, darling. I'm very nervous. I really do apologise, everybody. I didn't know about what an LCEP was, and I applied the school to do the Arts Mark, and when you sit there and you're filling in your statement of commitment, it's a bit like, what do I do, and how am I going to cope with all of this? And then I had this lovely email from our local LCEP, and they said, would you like to join our meetings and find out, how we can help you to improve the arts in your school? And they were absolutely, I mean, we've had so much from ours. I mean, I feel a bit guilty sort of saying how much I've actually had from it, but they're set up to support the children and the young people to fulfill their creative potential. And not all areas are lucky enough to have a CEP, I have to say that now, but in our area we've got established CEPs in North Oxfordshire, Oxford City, Reading, Slough, and Milton Keynes. Buckinghamshire CEP is in the process of being established, and the Wokingham Borough is also keen to set one up. So if you have got, if you can, look up your CEP in the area, because they really are very helpful. Okay. So how can a CEP help your school? Well, I was contacted by the CEP and asked if I'd like to join in some of their projects, and they have literally, I've had funding from them, I've had training for myself, training, advice, and plenty of support. they've opened up some really amazing opportunities for me in our school. It's helped our school to cover the criteria that we've needed to help us to achieve our arts mark, and also ultimately it's given our children opportunities in the arts that they would have never had before. You know, our area, our school is in an area where children's families do not access, you know, the cultural opportunities that are around, and so therefore it's even more important that we try to fill in those gaps and really make our culture capital, you know, better for our children. So just, you know, it also helped to introduce me to schools in other schools in the local area that were going through the same process as I was, and just by talking to other schools and you know, finding out what they're doing and have they got some really good ideas. So for instance, I got contact, I was talking to a school, Beale Park, which is very close to where we are in Bicester, and it was talking to the art lead lady there, and I met her from one of the CEP meetings, and she'd got this fantastic PowerPoint to train her CP, to train her staff on how to use sketchbooks in schools, and she shared it with me. So in a staff meeting, I then was able to share that about how to use, you know, good practice for using sketchbooks in schools, and it's been really helpful. And I've now seen teachers feeling more confident about using sketchbooks with their children. In fact, I've now introduced sketchbooks throughout the whole school from year 1 to year 6 instead of just focusing on Key Stage 2. And it's just things like that. When you go to these meetings and you're talking to other people in a similar position, it really helps you. Okay. So this is the picture on actually both of the pictures. We were, OYAP again, offered funding for an artist to come into school and to create these lanterns for the Christmas turn-on lights in Bicester. So these were, I think, year 4 children, or year 4 for year 5 children, and she came in and she worked for a day with them, and they made these fantastic lanterns. And then when the Christmas lights went on in Bicester, they went and they were in the parade, you know, showing their lanterns. And I think they chose a winner from all of the schools to go and actually press the button to turn the lights on, and I don't think it was anyone from our school, sadly. But there was somebody there, and I know that this year again OYAP have got funding for 4 schools to be able to have an artist come in and create lanterns for that festival. So I'll be asking schools who'd be interested in doing that, and again, as long as the children then come to the festival and process, which is just really exciting for them. So how Glory Farm has benefited from the partnership. Gosh, we've so we've had opportunities to meet local arts organisations. So through the CEP, I found out about Chartwell Theatre Company, Oxford Playhouse, about OYAP, about lots of sort of arts organisations that are in our area, and then, you know, that's helped to also, they've also helped to fund separate projects in the school. So for instance, we've had the community albums. I don't know if you've heard of them, but community albums will come into school, and actually we've got them coming into school next week, and they will work with children to compose a piece of music, to write the lyrics for it and then perform it, and then it gets filmed, and then your song then goes on your website and the children can sing it in school all the time. So our CEP paid for community albums to come in a couple of years ago, and we did a friendship song, which is on our website. But they're coming in next week to do a lockdown song about how they felt during lockdown, and they're gonna be working with year 3 and year 4 to do that, and then ultimately the whole school come together then to learn the song and be filmed performing it. And it's a really lovely thing to bring the school together, and the musical instruments and all the kind of technology, you know, to record and to film, they bring in with them, and that just goes whoosh over my head because I'm not very very technology minded, but it was great for the children to have that experience. So as far as the CEP's concerned, I've had training from them to become an Arts Award assessor. I've also had training from them in BART, which is the British Association of Art Therapy. So I've had articulate training with them, so that I now do therapeutic art therapy in school, and I with children one-to-one, and I did that all the way through lockdown with these children as well. And there was about 15 teachers from all different schools in the area that were funded by the CEP to do this art therapy training. And you know, that kind of CPD I couldn't have afforded in any other way. They've helped with the Arts Award, so they've inspired me to create an Arts Award program. So they paid for me to be an Arts Award assessor, and then they've helped with creating a program on Arts Award, which has been really helpful for the children and for, you know, about their feelings about returning to school. They funded 30 children to go and do an Arts Award, so we got the Arts Award Discover with them, and I've gone on now to do Arts Award Explore as well with our children, and it really is worthwhile doing. It's a fantastic experience. But not only that, when you're doing it, if you're an assessor and then you do the Arts Award in school, I've done it. So if I go into Year 5 and work with Year 5 children, the 2 teachers in Year 5 will then have CPD from me as I'm leading the Arts Award. They're being leveled up as well at the same time, so it really can benefit across the school. I've had as I said, different projects they funded, so community albums coming into school. They also helped to fund a clay tile project for Bicester Festival, which we took part in. And I said we've worked really closely with OYAP, and they funded a lot of projects for us. And they also helped me to create how-to videos with a local artist, and also for me to create how-to videos, which is hilarious and very scary if you've ever done one. But I did that so that the teachers who are not feeling so confident with art, they can just put my video on to show them how to teach a lesson. So that's been quite cool. So ArtsMark, if any of you are going through ArtsMark, it can be a little bit scary when you first do it, but I got funding from the CEP to help me, to actually pay for me to go to help me with the ArtsMark. I've made so many connections through the CEP to help me with the ArtsMark journey. Eleanor is one of them, and then we've got our, Verity and Jonathan have come together as well, and we wouldn't have met through all together without these external organizations helping us, like Artswork, etc. So ArtsMark is a little bit scary. I was a bit unsure about what to do. But you get from the CEP, you get so many offers of help from local arts organisations to help you with it, to improve your experience, to broaden what you're offering to the children. It does make it much easier for you to be able to hit your criteria to achieve your ArtsMark. And we got our silver. Whoop, whoop. Very pleased about that, I can tell you. Top tips. If you live in an area without a CEP, find your local council and find out who that has an arts development officer and see whether they can help you. Connect with other schools in joint projects. Verity will tell you later about something that she did, and it does help to actually work with other schools together to come up with joint projects. We did an exhibition with the local secondary school. We did a joint project with them, and that was really exciting for the children to be working with secondary children. And don't be frightened to ask, because you never know what you might get in return. Someone might go, no, I can't help you, but I know somebody who can. So please don't be frightened to ask. So in conclusion, They are a really invaluable resource. They've really helped us to deliver arts projects in the school. They've helped so much with funding, to be able to have that networking there, of meeting other schools and other teachers that are going through a similar situation with you. That helps you to feel sort of like you're not on your own, that you're with other people, and just really get in touch. If you're not sure about, if you have a SEP near you, get in touch with Eleanor, because she is the lady that knows, and Eleanor will help you with that.